Right, we are here. Welcome everyone. You're watching this right now. Sideshow, the Sideshow Star Wars booth tour reaction, live reaction. I would say happy Star Wars Day to all of you. Happy May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, with all of you. It's a pleasure to be here, of course, and being able to chat and talk to you and have a moment, a discussion of all of this, and of course of the collectibles world. So thank you very much for being supportive of this channel. Just to give you an idea, today is just a special day, so we are going to concentrate primarily on reacting to that video that was released around 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, was 10 a.m. Pacific Time. So I'm sure that some of you probably already watched it, some of you perhaps haven't watched it. We're gonna watch it together. We're gonna react to it as we watch it. I did watch some excerpts of it. I was busy, of course. I went to church with my family, with my wife in this case, and then we had lunch together, and then of course took a little nap and everything. But in the between, I was watching another episode of Andor, and I was doing other things. But then of course took a little bit of sit down in the patio back there just to enjoy a little bit of the sun. It was a good Sunday. It's been a good Sunday, and I think it's greater now that we can talk about collectibles. But I want to welcome everyone, and please don't forget to leave it in the chat, leave your comments, let me know. What we're gonna do again on this video today is just to look at that video, react to it live, and then we're gonna go to the website and see the stuff that is on pre-order, the stuff that was announced today, some of the other older stuff that's already there too, just to have an idea of what's for sale, whatever. And of course, concentrate on that. Just for those who normally watch these live videos that I do weekly, I will have another video later in the week. Could be Tuesday or Wednesday, I haven't decided yet. And we're gonna go back to all the other companies that we're not gonna cover today, because today is all about Sideshow and all about Star Wars. So we're gonna look at all the stuff that they are announcing or selling for Star Wars. And then of course I'll go back and we're gonna go through all the products that we're not gonna cover today. Prime One Studio, the other companies, toy companies, statue companies, all the other companies that they are releasing stuff this week as well, that is not Star Wars related, so we're not gonna talk about it today. But again, I invite you to leave a comment, let me know that you're watching in the comments below. And also we'll have timestamps as I always do, just to kind of give you an idea what we're doing. So the first part of the video, let's watch the video. Let's watch this, react to it, and then of course the next part of the video will be to go to the, in this case, to the website. So welcome again. Please don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know if you're watching. Leave your comments. I'm always paying attention to the comments so I can respond to you and let you know what I think about this stuff. Let's have a conversation, and welcome again to my channel. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to share these videos with you, as I have been doing it for the past 12 years. So my friends, thank you very much. So let's just go there. And I already have an idea here. Of course, we're gonna watch the video. It's 28.4 minutes, give or take. Well, that's what it says right there. And we're gonna go and watch it and see what's going on there. So let's do this. And let's do it.
Welcome to Sideshow's May the 4th celebration of Star Wars. Hello there.
Hello, and welcome to Sideshow's celebration of May the 4th, where we'll be showcasing some of the latest Star Wars collectibles.
We have so much to show you today. If you need more information about any of the items we're looking at, follow the link below.
Without further ado, let's get started.
This is where the fun begins.
Let's take a closer look at some of the latest Hot Toys exclusives.
Hot Toys always brings us beautiful 6-scale figures, but they also do a 1/1 scale life-size. Amy, come and take a look at one of the cutest life-size figures you're ever gonna find.
This is...
Now, just pausing this just for just so we can kind of pinpoint some things. I like that Sideshow is doing this now, where they are doing the videos, pre-recorded instead of just doing the live stuff. I think there's a good turn. It's kind of taken from the playbook of Prime One Studio. Simpler, less messier, It takes less time to do it, and the production value seems more professional. It seems that everything is done more professionally, so they get in straight to the point, and I like that. And the child, Grogu, we just talked about it last week. This is the new thing from Hot Toys, life-size. Looks amazing, definitely beautiful, and one high contender. This is gonna sell really, really well.
Is Grogu, aka the child. I love what we're seeing here, especially with the unique element of sitting in a little satchel.
Yes, this satchel comes with the figure, so
I like that it comes with it.
On the go.
This is another great interactive element that Hot Toys has come up with for this piece. But of course, the star of the show here is the child. I love all of the detail we've got going on. Of course, the soft material hair. Always
it looks really so realistic.
But one of my favorite details that I've seen standing here is the depth of the eyes. The lens of the eye extends out a little further than the interior, and the way it catches the light. I mean, just look how lifelike and cute it is.
And having the ability, because it is an articulated figure, to change how that gaze is and who he's looking at. You can have him look up at you as you carry him around in that satchel.
And I love the dusting of pinks in the ears. We got the cheeks, and then on the palm of the hand there. I mean, just reaching out very gently with those little fingers.
He is so cute. Grogu is by far one of the cutest 1/1 scale figures I've ever seen. But you know I like 6 scale figures.
Yes. Let's take a closer look. We've got some really cool ones over here from Hot Toys, featuring 3 familiar characters in ways you've probably never seen them before.
Now those two.
Up here with the Darth Vader dueling effect.
That was this week went on pre-order.
Hot Toys goes and takes a character I know, and I know almost every angle and line of it, and completely changes it out.
It's such a beautiful color contrast design that they've applied to almost every single surface and inch of this
I
character.
would say I'm still kind of divided about the coloring just to create that effect.
On the edge of the cape here.
And it's that two-tone. We're having that
Not necessarily. I haven't decided if I like it or not. Although it's kind of cool. Looks cool though.
But when I was a kid reading the Star
But I'd rather have like a light up,
showed the light bouncing off of
yeah,
the character.
of the character. And here they just simply do that cell shading in some way. Not necessarily a fan of. I don't know, cell shading. I'm divided about it.
His red lightsaber, you know, and you've got the clash of all these Sith elements just perfectly encapsulated on him, and it's such a beautiful way that it catches the light on the sculpt elements, the harder elements of the piece.
Yeah, that mask really pops with those hints of color like that.
Now, I also want to talk about another character who's got a very unique set of armor here. We've seen other trooper designs from Hot Toys before, and troopers are known for having their unique armors and call signs. Here we have the Cherry Blossom Stormtrooper. This is a really beautiful and elegant design.
I fell in love with the TK armor. That was, of course,
I like it. I'm not necessarily. I don't know exactly what Hot Toys is trying to do with this. Cool concept.
Really
Looks like blood all over the place.
We're used to. We've seen people trick that out, but having those gray elements pop.
It's an interesting idea.
Down on the forearms, even on the top of the gloves.
Yeah, it's such a nice contrast, and I think it also really emphasizes the different points of the pink color.
This is more for the completionist, the one to have it all the...
And one of my favorite parts of this is that base that has a nice contrast, almost the feudal Japan style art, like the ink wipes, and it's got that kind of
cool concept
coloration that really makes the clean white armor
necessary. I don't think so.
Art and how artistic that is. The one right next to you here is an art piece I saw as a trading card and went, wow, who is this character going to be?
This is the Darth Maul concept art version. This comes from an era where he had feathers wire wrapped to his head in this beautiful mesh of like horror and beauty. And I love that this
one is not on pre-order yet. I haven't seen it on pre-order, but it's a cool concept. It's coming soon.
Used to that face, seeing that red and the black, but you talked about
it's a good concept. I still prefer the original design, well, at least the one that we saw in the movie.
All of that sculpted in here.
But what pops for me on that is that we're seeing somebody in a lighter color that's Sith. We're used to seeing them in dark, dark colors.
Yeah, this is definitely not a Phantom Menace Shadow Apprentice.
Pretty nice tailoring.
Job with sculpted elements and then fabric elements to blend them together, giving you that posability, but also giving you that look of the armor.
I think all 3 of these 6-scale exclusives really emphasize Hot Toys' commitment to bringing you your favorite characters in new and innovative ways.
Cool concept.
Now we're taking a look at the world of Sideshow's Mythos.
Hey, what's up, Daniel? How you doing, my friend?
Are meant to be initiated by the eye and completed by the mind, telling unique stories.
I like how they went straight up. They changed right away. They weren't left this Hot Toys behind, and they went straight to the premium format figures.
but also in different scales.
Yes, Guy, let's get over here and take a closer look at the Assajj Ventress Mythos statue for starters. I mean,
now the exclusive from Assajj is already sold out, or it's on the waiting list now.
Incredible. I love
Just the regular one is available.
Begins the story and tells me a little bit about her.
There's so much beautiful movement in the sculpt. I mean, we are in the harsh swamps of Dathomir. We see a Saurian beast skull.
This is a fantastic sculpt by the Kucharic brothers, and even as a quarter scale, it's even more impressive. It was impressive as a 1/5.
She is here as a full-fledged knight.
As a quarter scale is way more impressive.
Elements on here are sculpted.
Yes.
The curves and the bends there, as well as the feathers coming up out of the back, which I really like. This idea of kind of a natural element.
It really emphasizes.
Same, Daniel. May the force be with you too, my friend.
Head display version, but you do have an option with this collectible to have her hooded portrait up as well.
And this is available in both a 5th or 4th scale?
Yes, if you're a Star Wars collector who prefers slightly larger scale and you're collecting other pieces in our premium format line, there is a new Assajj Ventress premium format Mythos.
Look at the light up features on that. Look amazing on those
display options, that beautiful detail, all of the quality in quarter scale on your shelf. Now we do have some of the premium format scale pieces to show you in our studio today. So Guy, let's take a closer look at this next one. We've got the Darth Vader.
Also from the Kucharic brothers.
Scale edition in his intimidating glory.
Man, that looks amazing. As a quarter scale,
of this figure, the sculpt and the scale. Wow.
It is very impressive. I love this sculpted cape element.
That cape, man.
Volume that this piece takes, and it's such an intimidating representation of a.
I'll tell you, the Kucharic brothers and they know how to do capes, man. Their cape sculpts are always amazing with all the folding.
Adding some extra action and storytelling to the scene, we have this incredible light up feature on the base with the flames and the smoke emitting from.
And the light up feature looked great too.
Standing on top of.
As well as that incredibly bright lightsaber.
You have to have that red element if you are a Dark Lord of the Sith. But one of my favorite elements of this is that
and the battle damage
feature is turned off. You do have some of those hits of paint in the lighting that really bring that kind of environmental storytelling, whether or not you have the feature turned on.
Now this Mythos Darth Vader is available in both quarter or 5th scale. So depending on your size of how you want to display it is your choice. But let's take a look at Vader's best friend and a nemesis. Let's take a look at him, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Now this is the Obi-Wan Kenobi premium format Mythos piece.
Man, that piece is amazing too.
Well, so you see him alongside the Darth Vader piece, and you can.
In my opinion, this is superior to the original Mythos that they did.
The dynamic between these two characters, but he really tells the tale of a desert wanderer who is trapped between key moments in galactic history.
Now you talked about the storytelling aspect and kind of those swap out elements, and this Obi-Wan allows me to dictate the timeline. We have that after Revenge of the Sith and a little before New Hope. So there's so much story that
I love it that they have the two portraits.
Get to tell.
Yes, and he does have that kind of sun-beaten look to his complexion. We also see that throughout the immense custom-tailored fabric costuming. You're going to have the weathering and the sun bleach and the distress from wandering these desert wastes for so long.
And there's wire in that cape, so we can decide how that looks as well, right?
You'll get the beautiful windswept poses of your dreams. And with all of the fabric costuming elements too, you have him carrying his entire history on his back with this backpack element and all of these Easter eggs that tell different points of his story. And I just want to emphasize one more time while we're here in studio, I mean, you can see him alongside the Darth Vader Mythos premium format. These two quarter scale characters, they're sold
Man,
separately,
that Darth Vader is impressive. The scale and size of him,
bringing home these
super
Mythos
tall.
from Sideshow.
Now, Amy, you talked about that Obi-Wan carries his history on his back. And this next Mythos statue is somebody he had some dealings with. Amy, take a look at Darth Maul.
Sometimes the past doesn't stay down for long in the Star Wars universe.
That Darth Maul is still impressive. And that one, the quarter scale, it hasn't come out on pre-order yet.
And you know, he's pretty angry.
It's gonna sell quick too, like Assajj.
Angry, that gritting teeth and the eyes, the expression on that, and that forward leap.
Yes, I mean, we've got the cybernetic legs element, of course, because in his history with Obi-Wan, he got a little bit sliced in half, but you can see the raw power exuding from this, the detail of the mechanical legs, and the explosion of the stone Sith temple base. It's just bursting in every direction.
Telling so much story that he's kind of now on his own, blasting apart away from the Sith is a really neat idea. Now, of course, not fully covered. We're getting to see the chest and the back and all that, but all of those elements are all sculpted.
Yes, the sculptors have put so much texture and wear and tear into this, on his skirt and loincloths, on those arm wraps, even the collar around his neck. He's all rage, and I think that fuels him very well in his dark dealings. This has a swap out portrait with longer horns on the top of his head and a very grimacing mouth.
I like the swap out.
One of my favorite things, Amy, but now having the option of deciding what scale and how my display is going to look is just something I really wasn't expecting, but I'm really appreciative of.
Yes, collectors will be able to bring home whether they want the 5th scale Darth Maul or the coming soon premium format quarter scale Mythos. You'll have that option to really match the rest of your Star Wars collection and decide.
Impressive line so far. The Mythos lines has been so impressive.
Next up, we're taking a look into the world of two-dimensional collectibles from Sideshow Art Prints. This is the Darth Vader Assault on Tantive 4 fine art print by artist Jerry Vanderstelt.
When we saw
that Q1 Gene premium format, I agree with that, my friend.
It was huge in the
Sideshow does amazing, and the Char brothers would do it amazingly.
Yes, this is an original design by Jerry, of course, inspired by that iconic moment.
That is a nice art print.
And we're getting all of the light coming off of that red lightsaber. We have all of this beautiful and terrifying Sith red coming off of the lightsaber, hitting all of those.
This is one of the most iconic moments in Star Wars history, man. In my opinion, like the introduction to the whole thing.
That grabs my eye is the
I love it.
Frightened rebel trooper hiding in the shadow.
And the look of pure terror on his face is beautiful. I mean, it also really emphasizes fear, and the moment that you find yourself in as the viewer, you are kind of next on his list. I mean, he's making his way down the hallway to you, so it's a bit of an immersive fear element with this piece.
Now, to add to the collectability, each one of these is hand signed by the artist, and you have the Sideshow embossed seal of authenticity over in the other corner.
To find out even more about the Darth Vader Assault on Tantive 4 fine art print by artist Jerry Vanderstelt, follow the link on your screen.
Pretty nice art print for sure.
Next, we want to show you the ways in which 2D and 3D can come together in your collection to give you the ultimate display of your favorite characters. Here we have 2 different pieces dedicated to Grand Admiral Thrawn. So,
and Thrawn, that is an impressive piece. We talk about it some like when it went on pre-order. Beautiful piece, no doubt about it. Love the whole sculpt. They did such a fantastic job on it.
I like the texture that they've used. It brings out the sculpt and kind of the angles on the jaw and right at the cheekbones.
It's also not just a single solid.
And that art print to go along with it, it's just another nice touch in my opinion.
All of that detail there to really bring it to life.
This is not the only portrait.
Yes, there will be a realistic portrait as well. You'll have swap out hand options.
I like that they went with that.
Complexions of the character as well, so you've got some variation in your blues there.
Now, moving away from 3D.
Man, that art print is awesome.
Staying in the blues, let's take a look at the art print.
This is the Grand Admiral Thrawn fine art print by artist Darren Tan. This is an original interpretation art piece that was designed to complement the premium format figure. Now, it is sold separately, but you can see how great they look together.
Yeah, they do.
So much story going on in this one here. All of the detail of the ships behind, little tiny details in that, but I like that he has that tech around him.
Yeah, it appears that he's in the war room actively. I mean, this is a very good pose for thinking, getting your ideas out.
It is a good one.
But you're watching him strategize in real time, and you see here why they call him the heir to the Empire. I mean, he's got the full Imperial Starfleet might behind him. This is a tactician that you do not want to be messing with.
Whether you want to display it on your wall, your shelf, or both, they're available right now at the link below. Staying within
now, this is awesome.
Let's take a look at the Imperial Probe Droid premium format figure by Sideshow.
Now, Guy, I'm going to be completely honest. I didn't understand how big this was when I saw it originally on screen. So to see the quarter scale representation of this is a lot larger than I thought these things were, and it's very.
Yeah, I do remember when I watched it in the movies as a kid. I thought they were tiny until, of course, later down the road in years, I realized they were big. But yeah, at first you think they're really small, but they're not. They're huge.
All of that detail has been captured here for fans.
You talk about all of the detail.
Man, I love the detail there.
Light up feature, but there's also sound features in this one here that are done by hitting the button here in the back. and then you can turn it off right over there.
Not only can you manipulate the arms to rotate, but the head also has 360 degrees of rotation as well, giving you that extra display option in your collection. But this base element is also really unique because it has that unique movement to it in the film.
Now the base I'm not necessarily a fan of, but it's fine, serviceable, but the whole piece itself is amazing.
And it gives you that
all the detail
as well as it moves throughout wherever it needs to go to track down rebels. For more intel on the Imperial probe droid, follow the link below. Next up, we have two
they're going straight to the point.
Who made their debut during the Clone Wars. Let's start with the Cad Bane premium format
We
figure.
just talked about it like maybe 2 weeks ago when we went pre-order.
I love how wide the brim on that is.
That is an awesome piece.
Yes, and it has phenomenal.
William Harbottle was the one who sculpted it. He did an amazing job with it. It's just a beautiful piece.
Himself, his beautiful blue complexion, and those really, pronounced brows, his very interesting upper lip, all of these details highlighted in that unique blue complexion.
Now he's a dual gunslinger, so we've got one in each hand and then that long coat. All of the textures in here, all sculpted. Now down below that windswept coat and those cool pinstripe pants is his helper.
Yes, we have the trusty companion droid Todo 360 clinging to his master's boots, and then of course we've got the rocket attachment on the boots as well.
Love to have they did the base with the dust in the desert.
Shows that burned metal from the rocket thrusters. Now you are seeing the exclusive edition, which does have the dual wielding draw, and you're also getting an empty pistol holster for that. Now the collector's edition and exclusive edition have the arm where he's reaching for his second pistol, so you have those display options at your fingertips.
Like
Next
that.
to me, Amy, another dual pistol user, Captain Rex.
This is an amazing piece. We've got a lot of aerial lift to it as he.
I'll tell you, at first I wasn't crazy about the base.
Face a very different.
But with the light up feature now, it looks a
Now, not only is the
lot nicer in person. Like, at least in the video, it looks a lot nicer.
That light up feature, and I'm going to toggle that on and off that you can see.
Look at
even
that.
When not illuminated, it's still an absolutely beautiful piece.
It
And
is.
We've got that spider droid down on the base. All the clones are very unique, as we come to learn, and Captain Rex is no different. He's got the signature tally marks in honor of his fallen brothers, and we're seeing that really unique armor that has kind of been welded together from separate pieces. Now, if you're looking to recruit either of these mercenaries for your collection, follow the link below. And now, two more characters from the prequel era. We have the Mace Windu and General Grievous premium format figures. Now, both
I like
of these
Mace
two
Windu.
gentlemen know a lot about lightsabers, but let's start with one of the most unique ones in the galaxy.
I love it. I love the color and just how bright it is with this light up system that we've got.
Man, it looks good.
A really dynamic piece. We've got a wide extension of the lightsaber. I love the intensity of this Jedi Master.
All of the fabric elements are going to have the wire in them, so you're allowed to kind of decide what the Coruscant winds are like that day.
Sometimes the wires can be good and sometimes can be bad because sometimes you get like, you want to just battle with them trying to find the perfect pose. I'm not necessarily always a fan of the wires.
Now, I'm a collector. This guy's also a collector, lightsaber collector, so we get 4 with this guy. Let's talk about him.
Yes, General Grievous, of course, is known for taking
He is
trophies from the
huge.
Jedi he has hunted, and here
I don't think General Grievous has light up features though.
proudly on display as he faces down with
I
whoever
don't think
has
this one
gotten
does.
in this small ship hallway that he's already torn apart here.
I think
And all
the
that kind of warm
original did, or not the original, but the
all that is done by paint.
exclusive
They are on
one
that piece, and I
perhaps.
think that's spectacular.
Now, we've seen droids, we've seen alien creatures and humanoids as well, but he has one of the most unique designs as a cyborg. The extended arms are my favorite when he breaks it out into 4. I mean,
Whoosh.
you have to have that to hold all of your lightsabers. And then, of course, we've got his portrait, which has some of the nice battle damage details to it as well.
Now, if your collection needs more prequel-era icons, both are available by following the link below.
Cool.
Now we are here with a brand new Star Wars
Man, this is the
collectible
one I
recently
think
revealed, and
a
for
lot of
the
people were
first time on
expecting,
camera, I'm so excited
hoping
to have
for.
here the Wicket premium format figure, the smallest rebel.
He is cute, but he's also ferocious.
Man, I
love
like
the
it.
look on
That's
his
a nice
face there.
portrait.
Very triumphant.
I think a lot of people associate the Ewoks with being cute, cuddly, the celebration at the end of the victory, but it was a hard-fought battle against the Empire, and I love that we're getting kind of the rage and action of Wicket defending the forest moon of Endor.
His headdress is soft and fabric, but
Cool.
all of the fur is all sculpted, and it's so interesting.
It's an interesting
It always has a
concept.
soft look to it.
Having like
Star Wars
holding
Battlefront
that
video
as a
game, they
victory
did
in a
horror
victory
mode where you
pose.
Stormtroopers in the dark against a tribe of Ewoks, and that was one of the scariest things I've ever played. This captures that energy.
Yeah,
really
and
nicely.
Battlefront 2.
For more information on that, you can follow the link.
Man, that's not pretty yet, but I kind of like it. I would have preferred actually for him to have the staff, his,
The life-size,
you know,
film-accurate
spear just on the side rather than just holding it to the air.
Sideshow. The droids are my absolute favorite part of Star Wars, and I am so excited getting to stand here basically with C-3PO right next to me.
He's the same height as you.
Yes, I'm 5'9" for those of you watching along at home, and you can see how close we are in size and height.
He does have voice and light up effects.
Yes, you will be
I
able
think
to
this is
control
like
it with
super
a remote.
expensive. I don't know, like over 10,000, 7,000, 10,000.
You got to make sure.
Oh, look at
my
the
goodness,
eyes.
There's the red eyes.
Yes, he's fluent in many forms of communication if you've seen all of the films. And this beautiful statue isn't going anywhere fast, but just in case, you do have a restraining bolt to make sure that your droid stays right where you put him in your collection.
In 1977, I fell in love with this guy right here.
Man, that is a nice
To be
one.
right next to him, life-size, is a pretty special moment. Seeing all of the dirt and all of the grime that the artists at Sideshow have gone and replicated in here is beautiful. Like C-3PO, he also has sound and light effects, and all of them are controlled.
An interesting
by a handy little
remote that they
I can
use.
also decide how I want him to look around the room as well. I can't wait
That is
to
cool.
have him.
It's as close as you can get to actually having the characters from the galaxy.
If you have the money for
They
it.
are sold separately, but you really, really can't separate these droids.
You can have these two celebrities in your home life-size today.
And this is the one I think most people were anticipating. I was like surprised that it came. It was announced what? It's been a little while, over a year ago.
Are proud to present to you the world premiere of the Luke Skywalker Red 5 Standing By premium format.
Man, that looks so good. That's a nice
We're taking
sculpt.
a closer look at the prototype. This is
Although the
pencil-
price, I saw the price on the website this morning. I was like, heck no.
We have a young rebel pilot who's ready to join
But
the
it's
fleet.
a
We've got
gorgeous
nice,
piece,
almost
man. They did such a
aspirational
fantastic job with
look
it.
to him, and I love that it's inviting the viewer as well to look up and
People kind of
out.
complain about the price, but man, it's a beautiful piece.
As a pilot, he's going to need his flight suit. And this one, that vibrant orange. I mean, it's very iconic. I've always liked the way these look. Now, our cut and sew team got to go through and look at all to make sure they get the color, make sure they get everything right. But that white vest even went down into the little metal ribbing that's part of it in both the front and the back.
I had no idea that those parts were metal, but the costume, it's not just a flat garment that you can slip on any old time. They do have to tailor this to the unique motion of the figure.
There's cut and sew in this, but there's also sculpt, like his gloves and the boots. They look like real leather, but these are all sculpted and painted.
There's some unique details throughout this piece, including some proximity hanger lights that you will be able to illuminate.
So they're
and
not
display
attached.
along the base however you see fit, all the way leading up to Red 5.
Okay, let's start talking about this ship. I love the ladder going up there, and then it kind
Yeah,
of
that ladder looks so nice.
of the X-wing.
The way they're extending it, like they're holding it with that
Really not something I would have expected.
You're getting a full
Yeah.
cross section, which I think is really immersive, especially
Nice.
for people who love the miniatures, people who just love the starship designs in general. You're getting to see almost like a dissection of the beautiful tech, so you can be part of that
Cool.
world almost as if you're stepping in.
Man, at that price point, they put have a little light up feature in it.
It's very important to the story of Star Wars.
Almost crucial.
Almost crucial.
And one of the things I'm also just noticing is that the ladder itself also doesn't reach the ground.
Does not
Yeah.
reach the ground.
This is like on the hero's journey, the call to step up into
Very
action.
nice,
But speaking of stepping up
engineering
and not
design.
touching the ground, we've got the X-wing kind of, suspended here by that fuel hose. Now you
Wow,
are seeing
that gotta be
prototype
very
here,
strong.
and in the studio, we do have a rod supporting it currently, but our artists are hard at work developing this piece, and in the final display, the X-wing will be supported by that fuel hose.
It will be kind of almost taking off in flight. This is the kind of
Oh,
piece that when you
I didn't notice that.
everyone is going to want to come and see
Wow.
it, admire it, and become.
I'll tell you, even though they're gonna try to do it, I'd rather have like the little piece that they have in the back, that little rod just to sustain it, just in case, just for safety, because it seems a lot of weight just for that little rod. It has to be super strong to sustain it. It has to be like a metal, very thick metal rod inside of it. Huh? Oh, this is from the figures from Sideshow.
Now, if you've been following along at Sideshow.com,
That is an impressive
Scum and Villainy
display.
collection, you've seen these 5, but this is your first look at Wave 2, the characters that we saw in Jabba's palace and on the sail barge.
That Jabba, the Jabba the Hutt, that
so excited
it's
that we have all of
expensive.
these pieces together so people can really get a sense of what these look like, not only in scale with one another, but just as a collection of bad guys.
If it's actually with the price, I would prefer a version of Return of the Jedi. I agree. It's expensive. I was not expecting that much money for it, like that high of a price.
Can you name the alien?
It would be my pleasure. Starting up front, we have Kithaba, who is a Klaatu.
Oh yeah, she's reading the prompter.
To him, we have Woof, who is a green Nikto. Then next to him, we have Vizam, who is a red Nikto. Back to the green Niktos, we have Klaatu. This is Pageti Rook, the Weequay. This is Tessic, the Quarren. Of course, we know this guy is Bib Fortuna.
Tessic is kind of cool.
Who is a Twi'lek. And then bringing it back, we've got Jabba the Hutt himself, the crime lord of Tatooine, front and center.
Amy.
Mega nerd.
Thank you.
I knew
it's
them.
my job.
When I got these and I was a kid, they had very different names and they were very silly. You nailed those.
These are probably very different than the ones you had as a kid. I love seeing all of the detail, especially with the creature design, the costuming of
They're
these
cool.
pieces in
They're
a
cool.
very realistic depiction. My favorite has to be Klaatu and Woof. I really like the green Nikto design. They have this.
This is for the completionist, really. The one that had to have all the 1/6 scale Star Wars figures available.
He was one of the first of the Jabba guys I had as a kid.
Spaghetti is probably one of the most well known.
Like an old meatball, so Spaghetti, I guess, kind of works there. But I love the look of it. I really like that fabric and all of the elements in there. But
really
then
cool.
With the braids that are down on the side, that is actually faux hair as well.
Yeah, the synthetic hair element, and I'm loving the layering on his costumes. I mean, it really feels like these guys are out in a desert environment. But you know what? I'm also really excited to see Jabba the Hutt again. I mean, most people probably don't usually say that, but I'm really excited. This is our deluxe Jabba and Throne 6-scale figure set. You've also got that full throne environment.
It is a nice
Salacious B. Crumb.
One other thing that's on that throne,
figure.
and one of Amy's favorites, is the little frogs down there in the aquarium.
Yes.
Well, not an aquarium, but
Well,
the tank.
and they're Jabba's favorite for a different reason. But yes, I love those frogs. And this is such an amazing, way for fans to get a closer look at these designs that were only on.
It's nice that they have it all together in a display like that.
Shots, but a fully detailed look at these characters that, the artists at Sideshow also love and grew up with.
I've already pre-ordered Wave 1. 2 of them are going to be shipping very soon, and some of these are in very small runs, which is why RSVP is so important.
Yes, the Labria 6-scale figure from Wave 1 was a highly, highly limited release and is already gone to waitlist. So if you're looking to get ahead on Wave 2, you want to make sure you RSVP to be notified when these do drop for pre-order. But for all the information on these pieces, you can follow the link on your screen and start building your hive of Scum and Villainy.
Cool.
Thank you for joining us for our
That was quick.
Star Wars Showcase.
Follow the link below for products, deals, and so much more.
Until next time, may the 4th be with you.
And don't forget to let your geek side show.
All right. All right. So, okay. Wow. What can I say now? This was pretty good. I want to say to all of you, thank you very much for being here with us. Thank you. Thank you, Daniel, for stopping by, saying hello. Appreciate it. Definitely a very packed video with so much goodness, so many good things to consider. Wow. What to say about the whole thing? Let me just drink some water. Let me think about this. First of all, I want to say, I think this is the way Sideshow, as I mentioned earlier, it's the way Sideshow should create, the way Sideshow should do their presentations. I think it works the best that way. It's a more, it's an easier experience to really see it that way. It's fast. You don't have to waste too much time doing things or doing that. Straight to the point, make a video very clear, cut and everything. So I think that is the way they should be doing this. And I applaud them for doing such a thing. I feel that it's you know, people, particularly in this time and age where everybody, it's, you know, going through live view, so much stuff going on. A lot of people don't have the time to do a lot of things. Just to simplify things for the collector, for people, makes it easier that way. Just straight to the point, what you have for sale, whatever. There's a couple of things that we're missing here that they have for sale at the website, even from other companies. It was a missed opportunity, I guess. They concentrated mostly on their stuff and Sideshow stuff and Hot Toy stuff. So that's about it. That's a missed opportunity because there's Iron Studio stuff. There's also PCS stuff that they have right now, producing Star Wars stuff. There's other companies producing Star Wars stuff, even action figure stuff. So, you know, there's a variety there. Royal Cylinder also has some stuff. So you could just go with that and just bring all that stuff. You know, give it a little more of an hour and sell all the products. I'll be fine with that as long as everything is well coordinated as they did. It'll be more than fine. But yeah, they concentrated on their own stuff. Too bad that there were no teasers for upcoming projects. That's another thing that I would maybe not happy that they were lack of teasers. Perhaps we see it at Sideshow Con, but there were no teasers. It would be nice to have a little teaser of things that they are cooking right now, upcoming projects for statues. You know, that would be great too. But hey, we'll see what happens at Sideshow Con. You know, it's pretty much around the corner. We're already in May. We'll see what happens. All right. So first, let me go now. Let's go. And again, I invite you. We're gonna just now go to the website to leave a like, to leave a comment there. Let me know that you're watching. It will be where you're watching from, all of that. Leave your comments, whatever you think, and I'll reply to all of them. Today, the concentration, of course, is Star Wars. So let's go back to this, and I'm going to let me go to the. Just bear with me for a second here. I'm kind of drowning a little bit, thinking what to do next. All right, so what we're going to do. Oh, okay. Let's do the window capture. And again, thank you very much. Gonna do the same thing here. So we're gonna do this. Okay. So we're coming here to, in this case, to the website. And the reason why we're gonna come here, we're gonna go to Sideshow Collectibles. Let's start just looking at the stuff that we just saw now. And here you can see a lot of the different things on the list, as you can. So first, we're gonna try to be more organized here on the details. I'm gonna start first. Couple of things here that I want to mention and that were not announced. Unfortunately, let's see. US, and I'm gonna look at some stuff that was announced. I want to start with action figures. This was one that they did not present it here. They didn't have the presentation that I was expecting to see. But it's this Darth Vader right here from Hono Studio. Hono Studio, it's a company that actually, it's part of Hot Toys. It's more like the cheaper side of things. It's kind of like when you think about Nissan and Infinity. Infinity is the high-end stuff, and Nissan is the cheaper stuff, things like that. It's just the cheaper side of things. So Hono is like that. So Hono Studio's been doing a lot of Marvel stuff, beautiful Marvel stuff on their side. Now they're also getting into doing this stuff. This is the Star Wars stuff, and this is the first Star Wars product that they have. And in this case, this is based on the Rebels TV series, animated series, and it looks really, really nice. This is $220. Normally, the Hono Studio is $150, but this is a little higher. Keep in mind that right now with the pricing, the stuff that's happening in the world, a lot of the stuff that is going to come out is going to come out more expensive. We're going to see more of that. So just keep that in mind. So just let me go. Let me look at something here. I want to make sure. I think there's something on my audio. No, it's okay. I don't know what's going on. All right, so here we have this. And let me put a little bit of music here. So we have a little bit of music here. But in any case, this is the piece that I was mentioning. You know, as you can see right here, very cool piece. And we're gonna look at the pictures very quick. I was hoping that they would have it in there. They didn't have it. It's again based on the Star Wars Rebels, so it's more of a cartoony style, but it looks really, really neat in my opinion. And of course, it has an entry grade. That's what they call it. It's an entry grade. It's not like the same quality of high-end Hot Toys. If they call it high-end, I don't think Hot Toys has always been high-end, but they have a lot of great quality. But you have 1/6 scale. It's hardly articulated. It does have an LED light-up lightsaber like any other Hot Toy, and had an interchangeable. It says right there with your own comic book, so you can actually have also a display. Let's see if we can increase the image so you can see it. And as you can see with the image there, you can have this background as they do with all the Hono studio stuff. And then you can have something in the background. You can have a comic book or some type of design, whatever you want to do. I think it's a really nice piece. I like the detail. They call it N3 gray, so the quality, maybe the material is not as good. It's more on the line of like, expecting like 3.0 figures. If you know 1/6 scale figures, you know the difference between a 3.0 figure. Like the quality of the material feels a little bit cheaper than Hot Toys. So it might be something like that in that vein. Although the price is already up there, closer to what you normally get now, the Hot Toy stuff. So, but it looks fantastic. It's not like you're gonna be playing with it; just gonna have it for display. And they did a really nice job. Of course, again, based on the Rebels TV show. So even the helmet has a more cartoony style. Everything's a more cartoony. But overall, it has the same, you can pose it in any way that you like. As you can see, there's a lot of ways you can pose it with a lightsaber. The light up feature, I think, is fantastic. I'm not sure how the light up feature works. I'm going to look at it. More than likely, you're going to use some batteries. It doesn't say. But the whole display with this figure is great. It's going to release sometime between the fourth quarter at the end of this year or maybe the beginning of next year. And here's with the comic book in the back or the different art that you can change. It says comic book, but that looks like thinner than a comic book. So it might be something else. You can create your own art. That's pretty much it. So that's about it for that one. They didn't have it there in the show, which I was expecting to have it. So which it's kind of dumb that it didn't. I want to see on the additional details or if what kind of what's in the box. So it says an 1 LED lightsaber held red light, USB power operated. Oh, that's awesome. That's great. So there's no battery, so it has a USB. Which even better in my opinion. So it's kind of like the same thing they're doing with the newer Hot Toys. So I think that this, when you look at Hono Studio and the stuff that they sell, as you can see, some of the other stuff that we've seen so far, like they're doing a lot of the Star Wars stuff, as you can see now. You see the Stormtroopers already have those two from Hono, but the Marvel sword looks amazing. Particularly that Wolverine. The Wolverine looks amazing. And of course that Magneto, I think is great. I think this is a very nice figure for sure, and they did a really nice job with this Darth Vader. I think this is a great piece to have. Now, when we look at Star Wars here, going back to the stuff that was released here, of course, May the 4th be with you. Here about the boot tour, the boot photos. There's a lot of stuff around. Also, you can see right now they have 40% off. There is a code. You can get any of the items that are available right now. You can see a lot of stuff is for sale. This Mandalorian I have is amazing. $192 is a bargain. I recommend it. The Short Trooper Squad Leader looks amazing. A lot of this stuff, and even stuff that is not even Star Wars, it's already going out. They just want to get rid of it, so might as well just go for it now. So yeah, you can see, man, they do have some really cool stuff there for sale. So yeah, why not? Some of these figures are really looking really neat. Very nice detail for sure. In any case, we are looking again to May the 4th right here. Oh, it's minimum purchase of $400. Oh, okay. So you got to pay $400. So it's not applied for everything. Okay. Interesting. So here you can see the stuff that has been released in the action figure world. And we're going to go, actually, this is one Poe Dameron, Oscar Isaac image. I think the portrait looks amazing. So let me look at first. Let's look at Hot Toys here. And we're gonna concentrate only on Star Wars stuff. Newest. And also right there. So here you have everything that they have for sale. Of course, you know, the Star Wars brand always growing. There's so many things that they have done here, like so many pieces, so many things that we have seen so far. They continue to be impressive. There's a lot of things on pre-order. It never seems to amaze what they have. You can see all the stuff that is on the wait list. A lot of things on the wait list. But here you start seeing like the Shadow Trooper. Darth Sidious already on the wait list. A lot of things are being on the wait list. The Droid cut it's still on pre-release. The Echo 5s, they're still available for pre-order. You can see some of them. General Grievous. That Clone Commander Scorch is already on the wait list. Chewbacca, it's available. The Clone Commando also available. So, you know, man, they have... I like, for example, this one. Also, they have the Purge Trooper Commander. That's on the wait list. But Plo Koon, this is... I always like this Master Jedis. It's already on pre-release. This Range Trooper, we talked about it last week. It's already went on the wait list. Sold really quick. It didn't last long, really. And here you have, of course, the other clones. So there's a lot of things. Of course, you have Cassian Andor. We talked about it last week. 2 weeks ago. It's on pre-order. But the stuff that is here that you can see, we talk about all these things. But the 4 things that are on pre-order this week, I want to talk about this. First of all, I want to talk about this Darth Vader. We saw it at the presentation there. This is the Darth Vader Dueling effect, the $295. And I will, again, like I was telling you, the Dueling effect, it's fine, but it has that cell shading that he has. Honestly, it's not necessarily my favorite thing. Some people may find it amusing. Some people may like the concept. I personally not necessarily a fan of it, although I know why people like it. I'd rather have like some type of light up directed to the figure to create that effect naturally than just having that effect done that way. But of course, everyone is different. It is an exclusive piece, so I'm sure it's going to be very limited in numbers. And there are completionists out there that want to have it all. They may go for it. It's just not necessarily a fan. It just doesn't seem... It seems okay. If I have to choose between this and the Hono, I would definitely go for the Hono, just in that if you want some more of a cartoony style. Although this is not attempting to do a cartoon style, but more just to create that natural effect. For those who probably... It will work for people that they don't have the light up for it and they just want, you know, to display Darth Vader with that effect. Which, again, looks really neat, or the concept is neat, not necessarily in the end, the application. So I'm still in 50-50 about it. I can see the potential. I can see the what some people like, but in some effects like this Strauss right here looks very cartoony, like drawn from a comic book. So it takes away from the realism if you want to put it right next to other figures that are more realistic. So yeah, but it does have, of course, the light up feature, USB power. They even did the effect there, which is kind of cool, and the way they did it on the Star Wars logo at in the base, that's kind of cool. And again, it's comic inspired dual effect pattern, so they're definitely using the comic book as inspiration. Some people might simply say, "Oh, this is a comic book style," and it's fine. I think it's cool. It's not bad. I think the price is fair. So this is the other one that they released. Now in the presentation also, they show us this Stormtrooper, which again, I don't know exactly what is the concept for this. Already on the wait list, Cherry Blossom version. Sorry for the small pictures, but so I can go back to it. And here you can see the Cherry Blossom on it. It's cool. It's a little bit more the Japanese vibe on it, like the Cherry Blossom and the Death Star in the background in red. It's kind of cool. This is definitely very unique. This is very, you know, stylized. And again, it's exclusive, so it's already sold out. You know, this type of things attract a lot of people that want to have the ultimate thing, the more collectible thing. But honestly, you know, to be honest with you, Hutt produces so many of these variants. And not necessarily like to me makes it so collectible when there's so many variants of the same thing. But it's kind of a cool concept for those who are really interested on those. And yeah, they have a video there if you're interested. Now, the next thing I want to show you is right here. The two things that went on pre-order. We're going to go for Poe Dameron. The likeness of Oscar Isaac, of course, of the, you know, in this case, part of the Resistance, part of the new Star Wars, the new trilogy, which a lot of people are very divided about it. I don't have a problem with it. I'm okay with it. It's not my top of the list, but still, sometimes I enjoy it more than the prequels, to be honest with you. At least the lightheartedness in some aspects of it. But the likeness with the portrait, it's so good. They did a really nice job. The tailoring, it looks really nice. Very nice detail. Separate rolling eyeball, something that they're doing across the board now with a lot of the figures, which I think is fantastic. The body is amazing. Even Diego Luna, we just saw, of course, with Andor or Cassian. Cassian, it's amazing. I think the likeness. These are the sculptors at Hot Toys are just on point. Like, many other companies compete in likeness. I think Hot Toys is always up there, really defeating other companies easily. But they've been doing it for years. The sculptors have been doing it for years. The sculptors had, and they're, you know, renowned for it. And it looks really, really neat with those eyeballs, you know, rolling eyeballs. It just makes the effect more natural. And the hair is sculpted. Very, very well done. Very well done. They did a really nice job with it. So, very, very cool piece at every angle, as you can see. Very nice detail. Again, very, very cool piece. Very, very well done. So, yeah, this is the Poe Dameron. The other one that went on pre-order, of course, is this one right here, Jar Jar Binks. Well, Jar Jar, you know, like, people hate him, love him, you know, some people support him, some people don't care. It's a very annoying character in some way, but not to the point of hate that people were given to even the actor who portrayed Jar Jar Binks. But, you know, it's getting his, you know, right now, it seems like after we're celebrating the 20th anniversary of the prequels, I think, you know, people are really going back to it. And it's amazing when people say, oh, they remember this as part of their childhood. In my mind, I'm thinking, wow. You know, it was not my childhood, but, you know, it's amazing to see that, you know, how all I'm getting. My childhood was the original trilogy. People now are enjoying this, you know, the prequels and see them as their trilogy. And I'm sure that 20 years from now, kids will think about the new, you know, the sequels now as, you know, their childhood memories. But here you can see very nice detail, interchangeable face sculpts with the teeth, with the open mouth. You got wire ears, so you can pose the ears. You got silicone arms with seamless joints. That is cool. Some people may not like that, you know, silicone. Also, you got 2 pairs of interchangeable eyes and a magnetically attachable tongue. Interesting. And of course, very standard Star Wars base. Very, very cool concept. Definitely for those who would like to have a Jar Jar Binks, even just to pick fun of it. Complete your prequels collection for sure. You have to have a Jar Jar Binks. Very nice detail. Very well done. Definitely. They did a really nice job with it. Probably the goofiest character in the Star Wars universe, but hey. You need a goofball at least from time to time. So that is cool. All right, so that was Jar Jar Binks. Now, the next thing here, of course, you know, this is the stuff that we saw on the action figure. So all this, again, the stuff that we have discussed. We're going to talk about Grogu in just a moment. We already talked about it last week, but we're going to look at it just later. And we're going to go into the Life-Size stuff. But other things that we can see, like this Darth Maul concept. art. We saw it in the video. It's still in the RSVP. It hasn't gone out for sale yet, but keep an eye on it. It'll be out for sale eventually. But look at this, everything that Hot Toys has been producing. They definitely have a lot of different figures and different concepts. I love this, of course, like for example, this Plo Koon. I love these figures. I love that they've been actually honoring these characters. And we know that we're gonna see more eventually, more of this. Very nicely detailed. So again, Hot Toys, you know, if you want the complete 1/6 scale collection, then Hot Toys is the place to go. There's no other. They continue to impress with the stuff that they produce. So that's what we see. Now, before we're still looking at figures with Star Wars, and we look at the new Star Wars right here. We see these releases, but I want to talk about this particular figures right here. It Scum and Villainy. Let me see if we can get it. Of course, all the stuff that we see there. Man, some of this stuff has been sitting here forever, like for years now. And it's been announced and it hasn't been gone out, but it's still in the coming soon. How soon it's going to be? Nobody knows, to be honest with you. Like, trying to see. I'm gonna go for, okay, this is right here. All right, there. Scum and Villainy. Even though it's small, of course, this is their line. This is what they have done. Just to give you an idea of all the Jabba the Hutt products. This is again produced by Sideshow Collectibles. They've been producing all these figures already. The first wave, as you can see, is still out there. You can see Gredo. You got Dr. Cornelius Everson. You got Ponda Baba is already on the wait list. The exclusive version. The exclusive already on the wait list. Now you got the regular ones. So this definitely they did so well. So they decided to come up with this new, you know, with the new line. And when you look at, for example, this Greedo on the wait list, I think that perhaps this is my favorite here of all this really amazing depiction. This is perhaps one of the favorite ones. Very nice detail. And of course, you know, you have to do yeah, the hand with the blue milk cup. That is for that. So to be honest with you, do you ever needed that? That's just part of the exclusive. You don't need it. You can go for the regular. You don't need the extra cup, to be honest with you. That's just a detail that you're barely gonna use unless you're recreating a scene, but you can actually recreate it without having you can have actually a way to do it easily. Although I don't know if the other hands will be, because I had this in close, so I don't think the same happened with the regular hand. You will not be able to create the effect. I don't think so, unless there's like a closed hand, because the hand is attached to the weapon, so you might not even get rid of that. Actually, you can. So that tells me that you can recreate the effect. If I'm not mistaken, although it could be wrong. So let me reduce this. Ugh, I hate this thing. I like it that they have the people involved here. Nam Hoon Kim, the sculptor, Pia, the sculptor, Joe, Mike Tolentino is the designer, one lead designer. So they have a lot of people in there. What's in the box? 3 total hands, 2 relaxed hands, 1 blaster holding hand. So you have 1. So you might not be able to recreate the other hand with the cup, but you might be able to make it work. Even get like you know, like a custom thing, which they sell everywhere. you might be able to go for that. All right, so these are the pieces, of course. You know, Ponda Baba, that's another one. This one is the exclusive. That's another one that I would say is really awesome. This one comes with relaxed flipper hand. That's part of the exclusive. But just the regular hand, in my opinion, is fine. Hardly people will notice it, although it's kind of cool. Just to give you an idea. So this is, again, the exclusive is already on the wait list, but the collector's edition is available. So if you're building that collection, that'd be good. But of course, we saw this. These are the ones. I think Big Fortuna is going to be probably the one that people are going to go for the most. Big Fortuna, I would say that follow perhaps by Spaghetti Rook. This is another one that is going to do well. And I would say Tessic. Although the others are also good. You know, like if you really build this whole collection, it's been super impressive with all the different characters. Again, Labria is already on the exclusive on the wait list. It was only limited to 500 pieces. There's not even a regular version on it. I think this at the beginning when they were trying to decipher if it would be popular. Gorinden, 270. This one is still available, so you can go for that. There's a lot of different characters, definitely for the completionists. Dr. Cornelius. So there's a lot of things that here, a lot of these figures that be interesting. But this is the thing. If honestly, you can have all these characters, but you have to have a Jabba, and we saw they have it there, Jabba Deluxe. But this is the one here, 6-scale figure, Jabba the Hutt and the Throne. And as you can see, it's $1,200, over $1,200 for this figure, for this statue. Really an impressive one for sure, in a 1/6 collection. Produced by Sideshow, not produced by Hot Toys, but look at the details, the size, and definitely if you're building that collection and you want to have them all, definitely this is, it has to fit in. As an interchangeable eye, interchangeable mouths. We saw the one they have on display with the mouth that he's sitting that. And definitely you can do a lot of different things with it. They did a fantastic job on the whole display with this one for sure. This is a very neat one. And the details that we saw in the video are there. Very nicely detailed with everything there. As an articulated head with open mouth. With a closed mouth. And definitely you can do so many different things. You look at everything that comes with it, and you realize the price. You know, it kind of justifies in some way because everything that comes, and there's a huge box, there's huge elements on this particular figure for sure. But yeah, they did a really nice job with this one. All right, my friends, let me take a quick break. It's just an hour. We already watched the video. We're doing that, but I'm coming back, and when I come back, we're gonna look at statues. I want to look at Iron Studios. Even though they have no presentation there, they release a few, couple statues for this week, and they release them here exclusively at Sideshow. We're gonna look at them today, and of course, then we're gonna get into the Sideshow premium format figures, and then of course, we're gonna look at the Sideshow life-size figures. Also, they were there. We're gonna look at them very quickly, and we pretty much close the video for today. But just give me a few minutes for a quick break, and I'll be right back. So thank you again for watching with me.
Looking for a love from changing over. In the moonlight, I can't kill this feeling sober. So I start to come alive. I don't know what starts to control me. I'm letting go another soul that's underneath. I don't really care about this all. It's the fall that kills me. With our back against the wall, just feed the beast and you'll see. Wait for me. I don't wanna die inside my reality. Wait for me. I don't want your mind to remember me.
All right, thank you for giving me an opportunity to. I have to eat like a quick snack, and I need to use the restroom quickly. In any case, thank you very much for being supportive of this channel, constantly watching and giving us the opportunity, the time to discuss the things that we do here. Thank you very much for that. I'm trying to see. Okay, cool. All right, so what we're gonna do now, let me just reduce the volume here on this one, even on the music. But yeah, we just talk about this stuff now, the action figures and all, Hot Toys, and also Sideshow. Now we're gonna go into some other statues. I did not. One thing I would say, I was disappointed that they didn't have more products from other companies. I would have loved to see Iron Studio stuff, PCS stuff. Also, we have been nice to see Kotobukiya stuff. Some other companies, Royal Selangor, they carry all the products Star Wars related from different brands, different companies. So it would be nice to see them also on display. They didn't have them there, so it is what it is. In any case, we're gonna go now to back to Sideshow, and here at Sideshow, let me go to. We're gonna look at some of the newer stuff that it's on pre-order. You can see the latest releases, and of course you can see the latest stuff that we have. Now I want to talk about Iron Studios. Iron Studios, of course, releasing this week in pretty much in celebration of the event. They have this Yoda versus Palpatine 1/10 scale statue. Sideshow and Iron Studios are proud here, it says, to announce the latest event exclusive from the Battle Diorama series art scale line, the Yoda versus Palpatine 1/10 scale statue. This exclusive art scale statue is limited edition, highly detailed and hand painted. And so this was available, I think, in Brazil. I don't know if it was available to some sort of event they have in Brazil. I don't know if it's their, their big convention they have there, or some Star Wars convention, but they have this release, and now they have it here exclusive here in at Sideshow. And I think it's a fantastic, it's 110, very nicely detailed. Of course, this is Photoshop here. The only thing I'm not necessarily a fan of is the way they did the base, of course, representing this battle, which is iconic from the prequels. It doesn't have a light-up feature, although here you can see the Photoshop event. All of that looks great. I like Yoda. I think it's perhaps the best part of the figure, the way Yoda, it's there, launch. And I do like the portrait of the Emperor, of Palpatine. I think he looks phenomenal. his portrait, how evil he is, and the attack. They really did a nice job. Now, with the base, nice concept detail. They could have done it a little bit better, in my opinion. That is my only, I would say, gripe with it. It's just the way the base is, and in some way, the angle, unfortunately, it's a bit hidden. You know, like the way they did it. If you want to see the portrait of Palpatine, you kind of miss the portrait of Yoda and vice versa. So I think the best way to have this one is maybe on a lazy Susan and a rotating display, so you can see it in 360 form moving around. That would be great. The price $285. I think it's a fantastic price. I think it's a fair price for a 1/10 scale, and being the fact that it's Disney and Star Wars, I'm surprised that they didn't went too crazy with it on the price as they have seen it before. It's a limited edition, so it's only limit 1 per person. So if you want this one, definitely you need to act fast. Now, the next thing that they release, which is in this case a reduction of the original quarter scale piece that for many people is the best, one of the best Darth Vader statues ever. And people love the original that they came out. So there's a variance on it. And as you can see, also limited to 1 person, low stock remaining, $205. I think it's a phenomenal price for 110, particularly for a piece, the smaller version of one of the most iconic statues they have produced. This one looks really neat, as you can see right there. Very well detailed. There's a couple of changes that they did, of course, from the original to this to adjust, but they do a fantastic job. As some that you can see, like I review a smaller version of the Superman versus Doomsday statue. Fantastic in one thing. It's amazing. I think they did a fantastic job of conversion from the original 1/6. So definitely this is, if you cannot afford the big one, then why not go for the 110? And I think the conversion is really well done. Of course, there's some reduction on the detail because it's a smaller piece. Still, they work it out really nicely. And very cool from, that Iron Studios did this. They've been doing this a lot with a lot of their pieces, bringing as a reduction. And I think it's working out really nicely the way they're doing it. When you look at Iron Studios Darth Vader, for example, just to give you an idea, this was the original quarter scale, completely sold out, as you can see. So they did some changes and adjustments, but it's technically the same piece. Some reduction and things here and there. The base seems to be actually a lot larger, as you can see the base. I will tell you one thing, it does have a light up feature, something that the 110 doesn't have. It does have interchangeable hands. It's a beautiful piece. People love this one. The interchangeable hands give her a extra pizzazz, like it looks nicer with the light up feature, but the base seems to be a little bigger. I think personally they manage, the light up feature is an effect, and of course having the extra porters makes it even better. But here you can see the idea, and then compared to the 110, definitely they reduce the size of the base, they streamline it, they add some of the detail. Doesn't have the light up feature, doesn't have the interchangeable hands, but they added this to the back instead of the side, so they reduced it. So definitely they did a fantastic job, and really without compromising, and really making it smaller, more compact. And I think it works great. $205, I think, is a fantastic price. Kudos for them for doing this thing. Now when you look at Star Wars, we're looking at what they produce. Like looking at this, we're gonna look in this, of course, in a moment. But when you look at a premium format figures, we're gonna look at premium format figures, and of course, we're gonna just separate newest. And again, this week we're gonna go back to look at some of the stuff like this Ghost Rider classic variant that is coming very soon. We're gonna look at it when it goes on pre-order. But in any case, here. We're looking at Star Wars. So this is the stuff we saw, of course. As you can see, as we mentioned, They've been producing a lot of stuff. This is what they have so far. If you go back to the stuff they have still for sale, this Royal Guard is already sold out. Beautiful piece. The Mandalorian, amazing. They still on pre-order. Beautiful piece. There was a comparison between which one was best, the Sideshow or the Iron Studios. Yeah, I think they're comparable in so many ways. People prefer the Iron Studios, but the Sideshow still, it's a good piece, and people seem to like it. Cara Dune right now in a special 40% off. For, you know, people hate her as an actress, but I don't have an issue with her. So it's okay. The Captain Phasma, you can see they still have some of the stuff that's already sold out. Moff Gideon still on sale. That Ahsoka Tano is still on sale, premium format. That Darth Vader, of course, is on the pre-order. I'm sorry, on the wait list. General Grievous still for sale, $905. Boba Fett from the Book of Boba Fett is still there on pre-order. This is Ahsoka Tano, which is a beautiful one. I like this one more than this one, based on the pretty much on the Rebels. I think it's Rebels, based on the animated series, and of course this is from the mostly based from the TV show. Kylo Ren sold out. Rey sold out. Here you can see the Pro Droid as we saw it there. A beautiful piece, $190. When you look at the Pro Droid, look at that. It's a beautiful piece. Again, not a fan of the bases I mentioned earlier. The Lido features, the rotating legs are definitely nice additions to it. It looked nice. It's definitely a nice piece. Even as a standalone piece will be great for Star Wars fans. The rotating head is a very nice detail. $800 is expensive, but it's very cool. Here, right next to the 6 scale figure, look at the details. Very cool. But then, of course, you can see Mace Windu. I will tell you, Mace Windu, it's almost sold. It's what, $725, lowest stock remaining. I would say go for it right now. The light up lightsaber is fantastic. This is a fantastic piece. Well done. The Force angle on the base with that, it's okay. It has grown on me. That looks better that way. Looks really neat. Very nice detail. Beautiful piece. Definitely very close to the actor and portrait. Very nicely done. Then you have Captain Rex, also almost done. You know, it's almost gone, and you can see very beautiful. And when you look at it, the with the light up feature. I like that they have the sculptor and the painter Bernardo Esquivel right there. Very beautiful piece. And the light up feature, like you saw in the video, looks more impressive in person. Looks really, really neat. I like the smoke effect in the back, the way they did it. It's a very nice Rex for sure. Definitely a very nice piece from the premium format collection. You got the exclusive is already sold on the wait list, and I think it has the different weapons. I think that's what he has, some different parts or a different exclusive portrait. I'm sorry, I think that's what it was. Very cool. Still, I think that was good. Of course, you have the Obi-Wan Kenobi. This is also on the right now on the pre-release status. I like this one, of course, on the Mythos line because it does have with the interchangeable portraits, which in my opinion, it's amazing, and there's no exclusive on that. Technically, anybody that orders this is gonna get it. I think it's the ultimate representation of Kenobi, Obi-Wan, and with all the details there, it's far superior to the 1/5 scale that they produced many years ago. It's just the ultimate representation of Obi-Wan in my opinion, and particularly with that classic portrait. It's amazing, $725. It's a beautiful piece on that collection. Also, you keep moving here. You have, of course, Darth Vader Mythos on the exclusives already on it's already on the wait list, but then of course you have the different variations, whether you want the 1/6 scale, I think, or the 1/5, the exclusive, with the flaming saber and damaged helmet. And then you got the quarter scale, which of course is the one we saw. So impressive. It's already on the wait list with the damaged helmet. But even there's the regular version. It's so impressive. Beautiful depiction. Huge, as we saw in the video. Very, very tall. That might be the challenge. Here you can see the LiDAR feature that only comes with the premium format, with the quarter scale. The regular doesn't have it. And as you can see, even the flames, it's just amazing. I think the quarter scale is the superior one just because of the LiDAR feature. And something, again, that the other one does not have. Now, it would have been nice, for example, when we saw when you look at the exclusive here on the 1/6 piece, on the, sorry, 1/6, the 1/5 piece, you got the flame on that, which looks great. And of course, you know, that exclusive came with all the extra portraits, you know, the damaged portrait, which is exclusive, but it does have these two different portraits, which is, I think, the quarter scale. Unfortunately, they doesn't have that extra empty, you know, portrait. That's something that only the 1/5 scale collectors will be able to have, unfortunately. I like of course, they got the translucent resin still, you know, without the light up. You know, you give or take. The other one has the light up feature, which makes it impressive. This one has the extra portraits. You know, it comes with the two portraits on the exclusive. And still available. And then you got the collector's edition, which technically is the cheaper version. It still comes with the two portraits. It doesn't have the extra third portrait. So, you know, give it or take. There are a couple of things that, in my opinion, the 1/5 is superior. But the great thing about the quarter scale, of course, is that light up feature. And when you look at the exclusive, of course, is the damaged helmet, but that's about it. Only an extra helmet. It doesn't have the, you know, the unhelmeted one, which is a missed opportunity in my opinion. So yeah, that's the difference when you look at and compare the prices. $1,000. The quarter scale still has the quarter scale. The 1/5 scale still has some things that are, in my opinion, put it above in some way. So at the end of the day, it's just your choice of what are you collecting. You're a quarter scale collector or 1/5 scale collector. The same way you look at Assajj Ventress. You know, Assajj Ventress comes with, when you look at the exclusive, it has the extra portrait, which in my opinion is amazing. This is the premium versus the statue, as they call it. Size-wise, they're very impressive, both of them. Of course, the quarter scale allows you to see more of that detail, and the light up feature in those savers makes it even nice. And the exclusive hooded portrait is amazing, in my opinion. Very, very neat. Beautiful piece. And of course, we're anticipating, hoping for that. We saw, of course, Darth Maul. And they call it the collector's portrait. It's just a regular portrait, and the exclusive on that Darth Maul is going to be impressive. The lighter feature makes it even amazing. That is an improvement over the original 1/5. Does that devalue the 1/5? Perhaps in some ways, yes. Some ways not. I think that was the thing with it with in this case Darth Vader. At least the extra portrait, the third portrait for the exclusive, even for the regular, the helmeted portrait, really still keeps that value of that particular piece. So you have to compromise. You want the quarter scale. Look at that. Then definitely you compromise by losing something that the 1/5 has that the quarter scale doesn't. So yeah, it's just you come to don't look at it. Of course, if the collector's edition only have that on, you know, hooded portrait, that's about it. Definitely, I would say my favorite in this case will be the exclusive, and the light up feature is what makes it even better in my opinion. But yeah, Assajj Ventress, I think the 1/5's already sold out, so unfortunately, it's not like you can. Let me see here. We might be able to see it. When you look at Assajj Ventress, actually it's still available. You can see right here. The regular is still available. And that's another thing. Look at the regular, still $620 for the regulars. Of course, 4,500 pieces. 40 is a big, large size. The difference between the 1/5 is that you're still gonna get the 2 portraits. You get the 2 portraits regardless. There's no exclusive. That's it. You get the 2 portraits. The only thing that this one has that the other one doesn't have, of course, this one that the other one has and this one doesn't have is the light up feature. This one doesn't have a light up feature, which is a big compromise now when you come to think of it. I like the light up feature, but the 1/5 is still impressive for sure if you're really looking for that detail. But then again, that light up feature really adds the little finesse to the piece, in my opinion. But you would have to have the exclusive to have the extra port, you know, the unhooded portrait to really have the whole thing. You're not going to have it with the collectors, which is a shame in my opinion, but it is what it is, unless you join the win list and hopefully it converts at some point for you. So that is what we get to see here. Now, looking at all the premium format figures, of course, we already saw those. And this is another one right here, Grand Admiral Thrawn. We already talked about it. Beautiful piece. I did like the in this case the art print that they're gonna have for it. This is a beautiful piece. We talked about it some weeks ago. I think it's a beautiful depiction of Admiral Thrawn. This is the way you represent Admiral Thrawn. He's conniving. He's a tactician, so he is definitely deciphering and the feel or trying to decipher and making his next move like a chess player. So I think Admiral Thrawn is a fantastic piece, and I'm telling you, that companion art print, there's other art prints, but this one I think it's a beautiful art print. There's different sizes, so you go for the 18 by 24. They're all, you know, then you have the HD aluminum 16 by 24. I think the HD aluminum is just let me see what's the difference. I think it's the dimensions. Okay, so you get, if you pay, it's just the art print. I think the art print is fantastic. If you want a black frame, okay, then you pay $345 for the frame, which I think the frame is amazing. Although I'm sure you can find a frame somewhere else. You can frame it yourself. You want just the art print, you want the frame, or you want the aluminum frame. It's up to you. Although I will tell you, between these two, oh, the aluminum frame has like all the way to the top. It's a more complete piece of art, it appears. So it's different. Man, it's hard. I think both are great. But, or you can do it yourself. It's up to you what you want to do. It's $95 for the art print. $345 for that. And then the 16 by 24 is just a little smaller with that because of the frame is a little smaller, it's a little shorter. And the signature is actually on the art instead of being on the side. So that is just what it is. But yeah, it's the Grand Admiral Thrawn. I think it's a great companion for that piece. They did a really nice job with that. Kudos to them for doing that one. And of course, we talked about it recently. The most recent release for the premium format figure, of course, is here, Cad Bane. A few bounties more. And of course, we look at the exclusive, $180. This is a beautiful Cad Bane. Hardbottle did a really nice job with this sculpt, as you know, no doubt about his ability. The switch out weapon, the arm with the weapon, I think that's a nice touch. It's a beautiful depiction of Cad Bane, and it looks impressive also in the display what they have there on the tour. Look really, really neat. So beautiful, beautiful piece for sure. Beautiful to see this premium format figures killing it. So that's what we saw right there. Of course, you get the collector's edition, $20 more. Go for the extra swap out arm, a weapon, hand. And of course, Wicked is coming soon. Darth Maul Mythos is coming soon. When they go on pre-order, we'll discuss them. I think Wicked is great. The pose is a nice choice. Darth Maul, of course, we have seen the 1/5, but definitely looking forward to that. But there's another thing, another piece here. Of course, the biggest, I guess, the biggest release or price for me was Luke Skywalker, an X-Wing, Red 5 standing by. The price is the problem here. $1,500, $1,600 right now. And they probably gonna add on maybe the tariff cost, if there's still tariffs at that time or whatever, if still have that. On the additional details, just to give you can looking at the stuff. It's a cockpit, it's prototype size cockpit. Okay. So looking at the details, let me look at the details. Who is here? We have Aaron McNaught. He's a sculptor, did a fantastic job. Jason Eaton is also a sculptor. Nancy, I don't know who Nancy is, but just Nancy. Will Harbottle also involved here, and this project Will Harbottle, amazing. Steve Lord, Ian McDonald, another fantastic sculptor. Ian has done amazing. Bernardo Esquivel is the painter. Juan Lee is the painter. Him Hansen is the custom fabricator. So you have a very nice list of people. Some people who are new in some way. Some people have been doing this for a while, and why we have talked about it, the products. People like Ian McDonald, you know, people when you talk about some of them, like I remember easily, like Will Harbottle, Steve Lord, Ian McDonald, Bernardo Esquivel, Tim Hansen. I know that, you know, the others. It's a nice team. You know, it's always Sideshow. What I like about Sideshow teams when they do projects is that they bring together a good team. They have a lot of experienced sculptors with some more of a newcomers, and they combine and they do amazing work. It's a great way also to teach the younger generation how to do some work. So definitely Sideshow is not only a great company that produces great products, but also a great place to learn for a lot of these artists. A great environment for the art to grow. It's a guild of artists, and it's amazing. So here you can see it has an alternate display option where you can close the cockpit or you can open it, which I didn't see that in the. I don't think they mentioned it on the video, which is great. The Taylor Fabric flight suit, which looked fantastic in person. The sculpt is amazing. The dimensions are big. Now, to sustain it is going to be challenging. And they said that this is going to sustain it. The only problem that I see with this is that they would have to make this very light. Maybe out of PVC or some sort of plastic. You don't want this be super heavy for this to sustain that. So more than likely it could be PVC. At least up to maybe the ladder, not so much, but everything's going to be PVC. So they're going to have to make this light. Or this is going to have to be a type of strong rod. Otherwise, I think the idea of having something to sustain in the back, as they show in the video, which I think it didn't even look bad. That little plastic, like translucent rod, it would be fine, because you want to have some, you know, something to sustain it. This is one of the artists involved in there. Did a fantastic job for sure. Very nice concept in the whole thing. These are movable, interchangeable. You can put in different places. Although they could have just simply have it attached. That wouldn't be a problem. But here you can see beautiful piece. And that portrait, they did a really nice job with it for sure. Very nice detail. The tailoring, again, amazing. And the detail on that cockpit, really well done. The two freestanding hangar bay landing lights. And they have batteries. I didn't know. I thought they had nothing. So they use batteries. It's fine. That's what I would say, that they would have been nice for them to be attached and actually have this as a USB with a USB recharger or charger. Would be better than just using batteries, in my opinion. The light, I don't think is going to be too strong. You have the targeting computer subsystem. And of course the MG-7A proton torpedo, which is iconic. The accelerometer. Measure the acceleration, I guess. Very nice detail. And the cockpit, everything. It's nice detail. This is definitely a beautiful piece. Now, do I think that it's worth like $1,600? Heck no. I don't think it's worth that much money. But as we've seen so many other statues, this is rival some of the sizes of what Prime 1 does. But, you know, even Prime 1 does a lot of 1/3. So, yeah, it would rival it. And, yeah, it's up there in price. But they're really pushing on the technicality of it. It's a beautiful concept. Very unique. Very different. Very iconic moment. And definitely this is going to be I wouldn't be surprised if this is a very limited number. And I think what really is going to scare a lot of people, of course, is the price point. You have to be very hardcore Star Wars fan to really love to get into this one and have the means for it, which that limits a lot of numbers of people. So definitely now, of course, we see in this Sideshow really getting comfortable with your smaller edition sizes and a lot of things just because of the times. And it's understandable. But yeah, if you're able to get it, definitely you're going to get a one-of-a-kind piece. Very beautiful piece. And I would say kudos to them for doing Did an amazing job. Very, very, very nice and neat. Now, on the art prints, they're showcasing art print, and I want to really see it if I can see it there, because I'm a sucker for art prints. And let's see if we can get here Star Wars art prints. Of course, they got all the Star Wars prints that we saw. They always have some beautiful stuff. Some stuff is on right now, of course, because of the time. It's on a special. They have discounts, so you can go like at the child. There's a nice art print there too. So they have some really cool art prints. Also, this is Assajj Ventress Ascension art print. It's a pre-release on pre-order. It's huge, $160. A beautiful depiction of the art. It's a metal art print by artist Darren Tan. Beautiful. I think they're trying to do a little bit compete also with this plate, which I think they do amazing work anyway. And I think prices are even cheaper than this. So yeah, it's up to you, whatever you decide or you think is best. So yeah, they have some Star Wars stuff. I like this one right here. This Darth Vader, the Chosen One. Also to go alongside with that statue. Look at that one. Very cool. Very cool art print. And of course, they got the different options. You got in canvas, paper. So, you know, there's different alternatives for it. But the one that you have there, look at the General Grievous too. That's a nice one too. But I think the one Sultan Tantive 4th. And then you have different sizes, 24 by 18. You want the larger scale, 33 by 24. It's going to be $165. They also have in canvas 25 by 17. So you choose, regardless what it is. It's a beautiful art print, beautiful detail, and amazing the work that is done there. Of course, embossed seal of authenticity, something that's nice. Handsigned by Jerry Vanderstelt, the artist. Beautiful, beautiful piece of art for sure. You know, if you're into art prints. All right, so the next thing, and really looking into gonna look into the life-size figures. Here we're gonna look at we have talk about a lot of things here. We have Grogu and then life-size figures. Waiting for that to come up. And we're gonna look at the life-size Star Wars, which is not many, but this is the stuff here. Of course, you have seen this life-size figure of the child originally. This was actually from Sideshow. We saw that no, that's from Hot Toys. That's the original. Beautiful, really nice piece. This I'm selling Droid Smith, which are cool guys. You know, they still been and they're on that coming soon for a while. The other stuff that they have, of course, so you can see, you have the child here. This one also, another life-size figure. This was the one from Sideshow Collectibles. Still available. Beautiful piece. I think Sideshow did a nice job with it. Standing up right next to the other characters that they have. This is definitely a nice figure, nice detail. Although it has an articulated head, but it has a limited portrait. Like the effect, of course, is looking at you like a little child looking for some love and grace, and you know, there's puppy eyes like babies can do. It's a beautiful piece. I will tell you this. I think the new one, it's far superior to that one. $270. It comes with the little chisel, the little bag, the knapsack. It's just really, really good. Look at this one. It's a life size, of course. And I like the portrait better than the other one. It's so good to have it there. It's like, you know, inside the bag. It stands up. The back looks great. Very nice detail. We saw it in the video. It looks like a very premium quality. You can carry it with you. And I think this is a better one. It's way better in my opinion. Like the look, the eyes, he has the hair on top. This is a very nice one. Approximately 37.5 centimeters tall. life size, and you can see it very poseable. They did such a fantastic job with this one. And the eyes, look at them. Beautiful piece, and I think the price is fair for Grogu. This is a very tempting figure, honestly, to have. You want to have something life size. You know, why not? Why not have Grogu in your collection? That would be it. Again, $270. You can go for, again, for the one that was produced also by Sideshow, $280. But I will tell you, this from Hot Toys is better. And even better than the original that they have. I would say better than the Sideshow one. Other things that they have, of course, you know, what we saw here, we saw this too. But before we get into C-3PO and R2-D2, I'm going to show you the other life-size stuff that they have. You are the Han Solo in Carbonite. This is a life-size figure, $7,900, also from Sideshow Collectibles. $8,000, $7,900. Yeah, $7,900. $8,000 for the ultimate display of Han Solo in Carbonite. It has night light up feature. The beautiful, this is museum size. It's, if you have the money for such a thing, by all means, go for it. Look at the guy just for scale reference. It's huge. It's a huge piece. You know, Sideshow can go crazy sometimes and stuff they produce, but this is the stuff. You know, this is you can see. Oh, was that Boba? It's great. It's great. Beautiful, beautiful piece. And of course, they didn't show us this one, but this is amazing here. I was waiting because they have a video. And this is also available for sale right now. Darth Vader life-size figure, which amazing that they didn't have it there because they have it for sale anyway. But they have this, the Darth Vader life-size, which is huge. It's super tall piece. He does have light up features, so you have that cash to spend on this. It has an articulated head. It does have the light up feature. Man, that is a display, and that art print right there, man. That art print is awesome too. Look at that. It's just when, you know, it's simple, no lifesaver, but it's fine. It's just an impressive. The articulated head, which means that you can rotate the head in different directions. The light up feature on the body is amazing. It's so realistic. And this is the, look at the video here just for reference. This short, and they putting it together. Look at how they put it together. It's an amazing piece of art, really, with so much tailoring. Really well done. And that's the reason you're paying top dollar for it. If you can afford such a thing. Looks great. Very nice detail. The velts, the details, the light up feature there, the batteries. Such an amazing job with this piece. This lifesaver. Very nice detail. And the articulator, where they said maybe only you can just rotate it. That's about it. But yeah, you can call that articulation if you like. It's such a fantastic piece. That was a nice short. And then you have this out of the box. Another video, which is the same video. Man, she looks so short, and she's not short. It's such an impressive piece. And here, look at all it comes with all these boxes. Wow. Here's how, at least I like it that they kind of give you here with the video reference on how to take it out, how it comes with so many different parts. All will attach. I like the pegs there. They're rots. Even the pants, you gotta dress this mannequin. It's a mannequin that you gotta dress, and it's such an amazing job. Like, I'm just going fast on the video so we don't really waste so much time looking at it. But that really tells you about the beauty of this piece and the detail for sure. Now, this is the part here where they use batteries. Man, it would be nice if it was rechargeable. Oh, also you can recharge it. Okay, so you have both options. Cool. So just for reference here, as you can see, it's great. It's if you have $10,000 to spare, by all means, go for it. But then, of course, we're gonna look at the other life-size figures. Of course, we saw R2-D2, which now is on the wait list. And this is an amazing piece, which also cost, like when he was there, you can see $8,000. Beautiful detail. Just to give you a detail, of course, they're using that from the original film, Star Wars, A New Hope. Just to kind of give it that artistic look. It looks fascinating. Beautiful detail. Of course, you would sell out. R2-D2 is always going to be a character that people love. The light up features there. It has light up color variations, so you can change things around with the remote you saw. It's heavy metal rotating projectors. That is awesome. Just premium quality. Is not just the remote control. I like it that it's hidden in that compartment. It looks like a cheap remote control from, I don't know, like the humidifier or something like that. But it's cool that it's there and you can access it quickly. And you can put it away, so there's no risk of losing it. The base with all the cables, cool detail. And approximately 4 feet tall. This is the 6 scale figure, just for reference. Look at this 6 scale figure. And you can go again, the lights and the sound, and it has a magnet, so again, magnetize there. Cool concept. Very nice figure. Of course, we saw that in the video, in the presentation. But the one we just saw, of course, it's still available, is the C-3PO, which is going to be more expensive, almost $9,000. And Assajj are really killing it with this life-size statues, figures. Very nice detail of C-3PO. Also posable with the hands. Very nice detail. Some magnets in it. I think I talked about it when it went on pre-order. Maybe like 2-3 years ago, or 2 years ago or so. 3 years. Time flies. It has the posable arms. Removable bolt. I think it's 2 years ago. Just trying to think, man. I've talked in this channel. I have talked about a lot of collectibles over the years for a long time. All right, so that's cool. Very nice detail. Button activated voice tracks and eye lights. That's the only thing, is that you can do the arms and the bolts and the lights. The only thing I'm not necessarily a fan is that it doesn't have a remote control as C-3PO, as you know, R2-D2. Of course, they use the same Millennium Falcon type of base concept, but it doesn't have a remote. I don't see a remote control. In any case, this is a beautiful piece, and definitely they're doing really amazing with this life-size stuff. Very cool, and definitely Sideshow continues to be impressive. All right, my friends, really now coming to the end of this video. It's been a very interesting night, really discussing. Thank you for Daniel for chatting, and anybody else that comes and watch today in the future, because I know that not everybody watches right away. Of course, I will have the timestamps. I think this is a really fantastic day. Opportunity always to look at the Star Wars stuff. It was amazing. I think Sideshow did a good job. I think the presentation was good, like doing it short and sweet. That's how you should do it. They could actually extend it more from the less than 30 minutes into an hour by also promoting all the products in their Star Wars line. All the stuff that they sell, you know, whether it's Kotobukiya, PCS, Royal Song, or so you may, you know, there's so many products. If I give you some idea, like when you're going back to Star Wars stuff, you look at everything here, all the stuff that was just released for the presentation here. There was a lot of stuff. But there's a lot more things to look at. Let me see here. This is just released. Well, this is the stuff. It's the same thing. But when you go back, look at this stuff here, for example, recently, for the Iron Studio stuff, you saw that the C-3PO coin, things like that. You see that Emperor Palpatine. I would have loved to see it in person from PCS. It would be nice to see it. They would have talk about it. You know, even that Darth Vader helmet, you know, stuff that they as Hasbro, but why not talk about it and also promote it? That Darth Maul hyper real, that Darth Vader fine, you got the fine art also bust from. It would have been nice to see it in person. Things like this, you know, things that other companies are also producing. Even that porcelain statue, which is super expensive, that porcelain statue that is produced by Yadro, that would be nice to see. Things like that. I was thinking that they would have a presentation with all of that stuff from all these other companies to showcase. And because, you know, as you can see, you know, like the popularity, like I would love to see that Luke and Leia Deluxe from Iron Studios. He wasn't there. I wanted to see it in person. Look at Royal Selangor stuff. So yeah, the opportunity was there. This ATSTA Chewbacca, this is from Iron Studios. So yeah, why not? There were some missed opportunities to really showcase the Snowspeeder crew GIF prop replica. This one is done by EFX. You know, there was a lot of things. Of course, you know, that would have just extend the video, but the level of production that we're doing was fine. It would have been even a lot more interesting, and also teasers for upcoming projects. That would have been even also amazing. Look at that Darth Maul statue. That is also from PCS. So yeah, you know, I think again, you know, there were some things that they didn't showcase, but unfortunately, the opportunity was missed. Like, look at this. So of course, it's already on the wait list. A lot of the stuff's already on the wait list. But you know, things that, you know, like you can promote, sell products from other companies and really make it even more special. It's already special, but make it even more special for everyone involved. But yeah, that's what happened. In any case, it was an interesting night. Definitely highly enjoyed it, and it was fun to be able to see it. So my friends, I want to say thank you. Don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what was the thing that you were more happy to see, the things that you were anticipating the most, the things that really caught your attention. Let me know what are the things that you are interested in and you're going to pre-order. If anything, what do you think about the prices? What do you think about the Luke Skywalker statue, the price, the concept, everything? What do you think about the Hot Toy stuff, the Sideshow stuff also, the whole court of Jabba the Hutt? Let me know in the comments below. So my friends, thanks for watching. Don't forget, again, to leave a like and follow me on social media. We'll have the timestamps for you, and also stay tuned for the next video, Tuesday or Wednesday, and we're gonna cover all the stuff that we didn't talk about, all the other releases from other companies, from other product lines that we didn't talk about today. My friends, God bless. Take care. I will talk